Hi. So today we're recording this video from the beach. Of course, because I cannot remind people enough that live with me here in Latvia, in Riga, of our luxury that we literally can hop in a train or in a car and get to the Baltic Sea in like 20 or 30 minutes from the city center. That is crazy, and not everybody in the world has this luxury when they can have a beach like this and a sea like this, and no one comes here. People come here so rarely, well, mainly in the summers, but I have spent so much money on train tickets in my life coming to here. I love it. I do not regret anything. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on my face and then we're gonna continue this video. Look. Fishies, 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 fishies. Catch more fishies. We're gonna catch fishies. Let's catch fishies. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Their eyes are incredible. Their eyesight, we can't even comprehend how well birds see in far distances. That is crazy. So I will probably hang up my hammock a bit later, if I will not feel that lazy and if I will find a good spot. So maybe I'll talk a little bit about why do I love birds and ornithology, and also I used to be very into ichthyology, which is, I'll explain what it is, and why I specifically love birds and fish and the water world, and also the winged creature world. I think this is very fitting for this setting because we have best of the both worlds here. We have a lot of birds, and my favorite birds, ravens, and we have the fishies right there somewhere hidden under the waves. I already went and checked out the water. I mean, I didn't swim yet, it's not that warm yet, but the water is super good. I went in the water up to my knees. Yeah, and there were so many tiny fishies, so that counts. So we have the scaled creatures and the winged creatures. I mean, not scaled, but like fishy finned creatures. I don't know how to call it. But yeah, so simple answer why I love both of these things. The water world and the flying creature world. Freedom. The less simple answer, the more complicated answer. I've been super into ornithology, which is bird watching and science about birds, ever since I was like 11 or 10. I think I was posting on Instagram around that time. I'm only 11 years old, but I know that when I'll grow up, I'll be an ornithologist. I bet you can find that quote somewhere in my screenshots of my old accounts. And yeah, ichthyology is the science about fish. Actually, I am not into ichthyology, but I know that it exists, and I love fish and I love swimming, but I do not really watch and study fish and the sea creatures. I'm not that into that, but I know some people who are, and my friend's dad is actually super into it. So when I was little, when we were hanging out, he was showing me a lot of cool things. I remember that. So I know at least one ichthyologist who does it as a career, professionally. But I've hanged around a lot more people who are ornithologists in Latvia, and we've been to many trips together, bird watching trips that the country organizes for free. Yeah, but the wings and fins and tails and beaks and claws And Capijão sa anglicky blavins. All of those things represent freedom for me. All of those things are freedom to me. Because underwater, you get to move in whatever direction you put your energy out. And that's what I imagine birds feel as well. You get to move in whatever direction you push yourself to. And I'm not saying that it's not the same thing happening on Earth for humans as well. It absolutely is the same thing, the same philosophy, but when I'm in water, when I'm swimming, I become one with water. I am one with everything, and everything that's around me is me. And most of our human bodies are probably, mostly, not probably, but definitely made of water. Like, I'm 3 steps ahead in every other sentence I want to say before I say the last one that already came to my mind. So, it's hard to speak sometimes. I promise my makeup was a little bit better before I came here and started getting red. When you move underwater or in water, whatever, it's the same as flying for me. It's the closest thing to flying for me. And it's the closest thing to absolute freedom of weightlessness and carelessness and just losing your body and being in a different state of being and becoming something else, somebody else, and your body is not your body anymore because you are in another body. You're in a body of water. So this body is your body, and your body is a part of that body of water. So this is how I see it, and this is how I feel about it. And that's why swimming and flying are 2 things that are intertwined and connected for me. And when I swim, I fly. My soul flies, my body flies. I flow freely. I feel freedom mostly in the water, out of all places you can ever be in the world, out of all the highs you can ever achieve in the world. When I'm in water, I feel the most free. Of course, I wish I could be training more so I could hold my breath for longer, but that's all in the progress. It's all a process, and I will get there. I will train, but I think I'm pretty good at it already. The thing that I focused on when I was a kid was bird watching and ornithology, because I wanted to know, what are the birds up to? Why are the birds the way they are? I studied how to approach them, how to look for them, how to recognize every song, every call, every feature in their feathers, every single variation of appearance of what a species can have, and many different kinds of species, because some people say, in Latvia you only have seagulls and crows and sparrows, and most people only know 3 birds because they live in a city their whole life. And like, when I started out when I was 11, I already learned like more than 100 species, and then when I kept growing up, I recognized more and more and more, and I learned more and more and more. And I think in Latvia the number was like 360 something species in total. Wait, no, I don't remember the exact number, but something 300 something, like a lot, it's a lot. Of course it's not like, I don't know, a tropical island where there's like parrots, we're Northern Europe, we're Eastern Europe / Northern Europe something. I needed to study birds. I needed to study freedom. I needed to learn what it is to be a bird, what it is to fly, what it means to be free. And birds inspire me daily. That's all I was doing. daydreaming and looking at seagulls and feeding them and feeding pigeons. Because, I grew up in a city, in the capital city, with a love for nature, of course. I'm a nature child. I'm a rainbow child. But I grew up in a city, and there's a guy running with a heavy backpack. Okay. Yeah, I get scared that all of them are running towards me. I clench up very easily. I'm very scared of everything. But hopefully, yeah, he's running by. He's running by. So yeah, seagulls and pigeons on my window were always the reminders of the possibilities of all variations of freedom and carelessness and weightlessness and all the angles of reality that I can experience while still being here. Because when I look at seagulls or crows or whatever, anyone that's flying really above me, I am in their place and I am inside of them and inside their brain and mind, and I fly with them. My soul is with them, and they speak to me and I speak to them. And I always speak to birds. I always speak to fishies. I always speak to nature because I know that when I do, it answers. And sometimes, equal amounts of times, it speaks to me first, and I always answer. I remember 5 years ago I was sitting here and posting a story, and many people replied, "Aren't you cold? Isn't it too cold? Like, look at you, you're almost naked." And I thought of the same thing. It's 18 degrees Celsius. It's not very, very hot, but I'm basically naked practically. But I just don't care. I don't like clothes. I always tell people I never get cold, but I do get cold, but not that often, I guess. I'm just very used to coldness, and I'm very used to cold weather, that when it's actually sunny, for the 2 or 3 months here in Latvia that it is actually sunny, I'm gonna take that chance, bitch, and I'm gonna fucking use it. I'm not gonna be sitting out here in a sweater, bitch. So, what is freedom to you? What is weightlessness to you? What does it mean to be free? What does it mean to just let go for you? Because for me, it's swimming, and it's knowledge, wisdom, and new facts about those who are swimming and about the ways of swimming. And let's continue this topic with me connecting the two things together: music and art and swimming and flying. It's all the same thing. It's all the same explanation. It's freedom. It is the freedom of soul. It is love for life. It is love for art and for other humans. It is the purest form of expression of spirit and soul in this physical realm, in this physical reality, in this human life. Music and art and singing for me is the same as swimming, so that's what I do every day, all day, every day, and that's what inspires me. Music inspires me to live and to sing and to paint and to swim. Swimming inspires me to sing. Flying inspires me to draw. It all inspires everything that I am and everything that I do. That's what's freedom to me. Fashion is freedom to me. Fashion is flying. Makeup is singing, and singing is makeup, because everything, most of the things that I do and create, they come out of inspiration from music and from listening to other singers and other musicians. And I am bound to nothing. I am bound to no specific feeling or image. I'm just calm and I'm at peace and I'm in love with life. And it's way easier to say it when you're just sitting at the beach, I know. It's way easier to be like, oh, I love this life. This is so perfect. I am in perfect good hands. When you're sitting at the beach near the sea and watching birds and water. I know. It's way easier. But then
Some other videos I'll be crying and breaking down because I'm human, and we have to live in cities, and we have to live in concrete boxes where I do not get to see ravens every day, and I do not get to touch water every day. I have to go and work in a job for 9 hours a day, where I'm inside a building for 9 hours a day, and when I come home it's dark and I have to sleep because I'm tired. Where are the forests? Where are the birds? Nowhere to be seen. But that's life. That's okay. I choose this right now for me, and whatever is right for me will come for me, and I know that someday I will get out of this. I will get out of there. And I know that everything has its time, and I wish you would learn that and remember that once again, everything will happen in its own time. Just calm down and enjoy what you got. Enjoy the moment, because there's so much to explore and enjoy, and you will always have only this moment. You will never have your future self. It will always be your current self right now. So work with what you got and love who you are.
So I hung up the hammock, and here we are, near the sea, in this beautiful forest that nothing can surpass. Nothing can surpass the beauty of this. This vibe is premium, as I always like to say. Premium vibes only. So yeah, to add on the topic of today, I can say that grounding is very important, as many of you stated in the previous comment section of my previous video. It is so important to walk around barefoot on all the moss and grass and sand, because your feet are like big receptors, like big antennas. Those fields of energy on your feet at the bottom of your body, like, that's a whole different world. And you need to let them touch the earth. As simple as that. I'm getting very cold because I've been here the whole day and it's starting to get cold in the evening, so I'm gonna pack and go to the train. See you later. Go outside, bitches.